everyone. So we are continuing with the science and tech current affairs from June to September 2022 for the prelims 2023. And as far as the document that I shared with you is concerned, we're almost halfway through. Today we have to start with increasing efficacy of the antibiotics. Let's see, इसमें से आपने क्या-क्या prelims के लिए याद रखना है, क्या ध्यान देना जरूरत है. Okay. So scientists used antibiotics in combination with antibiotic adjuvants, that is ingredients that can help counter the resistance to existing antibiotics. तो ये जो vocabulary है ना, antimicrobial resistance, हमारे पास ऑलरेडी एक टर्म है AMR. उसके साथ एंटीबायोटिक एडजुवेंट्स, ये एक ऑन बोर्ड इसी के साथ एक एड ऑन टर्म आएगी, क्योंकि जो हमारी एंटीबायोटिक्स को लेकर रेजिस्टेंस बन रही है उसको काउंटर करने के लिए. ओके, सो दे आर non-antibiotic compounds that enhance antibiotic activity either by blocking resistance or by boosting the host response to the infection. So ये prelims के लिए दोनों points ध्यान में रखने हैं. What are antibiotic adjuvants? Okay. अब इसके कुछ examples भी prelims में पूछे जा सकते हैं. So scientists incorporated cyclic hydrophobic moieties in a triamine containing compound. The adjuvants thus developed weakly perturbed the membrane of the bacteria. So, for example, triamine is a compound containing 3 amino groups. Hydrophobic moieties जो ऊपर यूज किया उसका मतलब क्या है? Hydrophobic मतलब water fearful or water fearing, and they will not dissolve in water. So, essentially कैसे डेवलप हो रही हैं? साइक्लिक हाइड्रोफोबिक moieties के बेसिस पे हो रही हैं. ये थोड़ा कम आने के चांस रहेंगे. ज्यादा आने का चांस यही रहेगा एंटीबायोटिक एडजुवेंट्स क्या होता है. ओके, सो इसके आगे इसकी सिग्निफिकेंस क्या है वो सब मीन्स का मामला है. एंटीबायोटिक्स एंड ड्रग रेजिस्टेंस आप पहले से पढ़ चुके हो. Now here it is, Indian initiative for this. So we got the National Program on EMR Containment. This was launched in 2012. And this antimicrobial resistance surveillance network has been strengthened by establishing labs in the state medical colleges. Then there is National Action Plan on AMR. ये 5 साल बाद 2017 में लॉन्च किया गया. सो बहुत सारे मिनिस्ट्रीज और डिपार्टमेंट्स इस पे काम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन कुछ डिटेल्स नहीं है हमारे पास, नहीं चाहिए. ठीक है, देन मूविंग ऑन. ऑन्कोलिटिक वायरोथेरेपी फॉर ट्रीटिंग कैंसर. कैंसर के ट्रीटमेंट अलग अलग तरह के हमारे पास हैं. मेनली जैसे कि हमने पहले बात की थी कि हमें जो हेल्दी सेल्स हैं उनको बचाना होता है, और जो कैंसरस सेल है वहां तक अपना मेडिसिन या ट्रीटमेंट या कुछ भी पहुंचाना है. ठीक है, अब वायरोथेरेपी या ये जो अलग अलग तरह की थेरेपीज हैं, व्हाट दे वांट टू डू, लेट्स सी. सो अ नोवेल स्ट्रेटजी इन oncolytic virotherapy to improve a cancer therapy that can kill tumor cells while leaving the healthy tissue intact. What they're trying to do here. So earlier, a monoclonal antibody trial was held in USA, where 12 patients were completely cured of rectal cancer without requiring any surgery or chemotherapy. What they did, so there is an oncolytic virus. With respect to a normal cell, viral reception gets blocked and it does not affect the normal cell. However, in the tumor cell, the virus replicates and it destroys the cell and spreads further. So this is basically you created a virus which will only target the tumor cells and not the normal or healthy cells. That's the concern here. So oncolytic virus can kill cancerous cells while leaving the nearby healthy cells and tissues intact. So the treatment also exerts influence by activating the anti-tumor immune response made of immune cells such as natural killer cells, NK cells. However, sometimes the natural killers limit the oncolytic viruses, and so despite the exciting development in the OV field in recent years, there is room for improvement to tackle some limitations. ये जो नेचुरल किलर सेल्स है फिर ये सबके लिए ही वायरस को भी इसी तरह से डिस्ट्रॉय करेंगे, तो इस वजह से ये नई अप्रोच है. अब आपने इसमें प्रीलिम्स का क्वेश्चन कैसे बनेगा? रिसेंटली ऑन्कोलिटिक वायरस हैज बीन इन न्यूज़. व्हाट इज दिस फॉर? तो ऑन्कोलिटिक वायरस इज फॉर कैंसर ट्रीटमेंट. बस इतना सिंपल एक क्वेश्चन इसमें बन सकता है. दूसरा इसमें ये पूछ सकते हैं कि इसकी कुछ specific action rectal cancer के लिए है. That is what it is developed for. Okay. Then biomolecular alteration post EPV infection. So scientists have found that cancer-causing virus, Epstein-Barr virus, EBV, can infect the neuronal cells and drive various changes in the biomolecules. So, बस अब ये EBV virus क्या है? It's a virus of herpes virus family that can infect human beings, and this has been found to be widely present in the human population. Usually does not cause any alarm, but virus gets reactivated inside the body in some unusual conditions like immunological stress or immunocompetence. So this may further lead to various complications in type of blood cancers like Burkitt's lymphoma, stomach cancer, multiple sclerosis, and so on. So basically, some viruses will take uh, a more negative effect when you are already having certain kind of immunocompetencies, and in that case, they will cause more stress on the body in form of various kind of cancers. They will aggravate those cancers. Okay. Then moving on, what is the FIST scheme? ये इसमें part and parcel है. So this is Fund for Improvement of Science and Technology Infrastructure, and this is under Department of Science and Technology. So we are just trying to establish more R&D activities here in India, and it is considered complementary support for enabling departments, centers, schools, colleges to pursue research activities more effectively and efficiently. Current emphasis on the immensely successful FIST program is for orienting it towards the goal of Atmanirbhar Bharat. So basically, science and tech research within India. So right now, any project that is taken up under FIST scheme, maximum duration is 5 years. Prelims में questions ज़्यादातर Department of Science and Technology के साथ related आएगा या इसके अंदर होता क्या? ये कुछ simple question अगर बनना हुआ तो बनेगा. Next is dragon fruit. So every now and then we hear of some fruit becoming very famous for its health benefits, so-called. It used to be kiwi fruit for a while, then came dragon fruit. Yeah, so keep changing. हमारे टाइम पे पहले सिर्फ आंवला ही होता था, अब नए नए आते हैं. The center has decided to promote the growth of dragon fruit, which is recognized as the superfood for its health advantages. Further, center believes that due to the fruit's nutritional benefits and global demand, farming in India may be extended. तो ड्रैगन फ्रूट का पहले तो ये बता दूं कि कैक्टस की वैरायटी है, उसका फ्रूट है. इट ग्रोज ऑन हाइलोसीरियस कैक्टस and also known as the Honolulu queen. So it is native to southern Mexico and Central America, grown all over the world. At present, Mizoram tops among the states in cultivation of this fruit and goes by many names: pitaya, strawberry pear, and so on. Fine. So white pulp, black seeds, that's what it is there. Largest producer right now is Vietnam, and where the plant was brought by the French in 19th century. Producer and exporter presently is Vietnam. इंडिया में बहुत ज्यादा वियतनाम से आता है. क्लाइमेट कंडीशंस कैसी चाहिए? As per Indian Council of Agriculture Research, the fruit plant doesn't need much water and can be cultivated on dry land. राजस्थान में भी हो सकता है, कैक्टस है ना. The cost of cultivation is initially high, seed महंगा है, but plant doesn't need productive land and gives maximum production from the non-productive, less fertile areas. कैक्टस के लिए तो harsh environment जितना होगा उतना अच्छा है. Less nutrient, less water, then it grows well. Gives good fruit also. Okay. Now, what are the related steps taken by the state government? So the Gujarat government recently renamed dragon fruit as Kamlam, that is lotus, and announced the incentive for farmers who cultivate it. Haryana government is also giving a grant to farmers who are ready to plant this exotic fruit variety. महाराष्ट्र गवर्नमेंट में भी इसको मिशन फॉर इंटीग्रेटेड डेवलपमेंट ऑफ हॉर्टिकल्चर के अधीन प्रमोट किया जा रहा है. So Maharashtra, Haryana, and Gujarat, these are the 3 states we are promoting it. Mizoram already has it. Okay. Next is dark matter. It remains in news one or the other way. First off, what is dark matter? It is made up of particles that do not have any kind of charge. That is dark matter. So these particles are dark, namely because they do not emit light, which is an electromagnetic phenomena, and matter because they possess mass like normal matter and interact with gravity. So that's why it is called dark matter. Now, the visible universe we see is a result of interactions, various interactions among four fundamental forces. There are strong nuclear forces, weak nuclear forces, इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक फोर्सेस एंड ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्सेस. इनको चार फंडामेंटल फोर्सेस बोलते हैं. पहले तो यही प्रीलिम्स का क्वेश्चन हो सकता है. डार्क मैटर क्या होता है, ये क्वेश्चन हो सकता है. Now, only 5% of the visible universe is made up of the matter that you see. Rest 95% is dark matter and dark energy. So that's what you don't see. Now, why is it in news? So a highly sensitive experiment called as Lux Zeppelin has been used to detect dark matter in the universe in US. So detection is also a key because that's when you come to know of it. So scientists have found that out-of-plane bending can be explained through dark matter halos in barred galaxies. So bending of light happens when it travels long distances and over a sizable object. So that's what we're looking at here. Now, what is dark energy? So dark energy is theorized as type of energy which exerts a negative repulsive force acting in opposite direction to gravity. So that is dark energy. Okay. Then what is the difference between dark matter and dark energy? So dark matter acts as an attractive force because उसमें gravitational है. Dark energy, on the other hand, works as a repulsive force. Okay. So that is kind of an anti-gravity which slows down the expansion of universe. Dark energy is by far the most powerful of the two, accounting for around 68% of the universe total mass and energy. So this is a situation with dark matter and dark energy. ये बहुत बार न्यूज में रहा. I am expecting at least एक क्वेश्चन dark matter, dark energy, anti matter, इन सब चीजों पे कुछ आना चाहिए. इसके अलावा आप ऑलरेडी पढ़ चुके हो what are the particles used to observe dark matter. So there is neutrino. So they would have been very helpful in detecting dark matter, but they are too light and hence would not be useful. Then there are several other proposed entities such as Z bosons, supersymmetric companion, a particular particle that mediates the electroweak interaction. So Z bosons. पहले क्या क्वेश्चन आया देखिए 2015 में. In context of modern scientific research, consider the following statements about ice cube, a particle detector located at South Pole. Okay. So which was currently in news. So it is the world's largest neutrino detector encompassing a cubic kilometer of ice. बिल्कुल ठीक है. Cubic kilometer of ice basically is used to slow down the neutrinos, fast moving neutrinos. It is a powerful telescope to search for dark matter. Yes. It is buried deep in the ice. Yes. So all of the statements were correct. New insights into geology. So a Goa-based National Center for Polar and Ocean Research has brought new insights into critical processes involved in the movement of Earth's tectonic plates. तो प्लेट टेक्टोनिक्स ज्योग्राफी का आपका टॉपिक जो है वो यहाँ से एक्टिवेट होता है. प्रीलिम्स में इसको लेकर न्यूज आना चाहिए कुछ ना कुछ. तो अल्फ्रेड वेगनर प्लेट टेक्टोनिक थ्योरी, पहले तो बेसिक्स याद करने. ठीक है. अभी ये इसके साथ रिलेटेड कुछ एक दो चीजें और है. देखिए, NCPO are established as an autonomous research and development institution by Ministry of Earth Sciences, and it is designated as nodal organization for coordinating implementation of India's Antarctic program. अंटार्कटिक में हमारे पास दो मेजर रिसर्च स्टेशन हैं, मैत्री और भारती. मैत्री सबसे पुराना है 1989, भारती 2011 में एस्टैब्लिश हुआ था. ओके. अब व्हाट इज द स्टडी? द buoyant rising or of hot and low density magma or plumes from the Earth's interior towards the surface leads to extensive volcanism and the creation of sea mounts and volcanic chains above the ocean floor. ये तो हमें पता है, जैसे हवाई आइलैंड्स बने. However, many times the magma's buoyant force is not sufficient to pierce through the lithosphere. अगर इतना ना हो कि उसमें से pierce कर जाए. In such case, plumes tend to dump the material at sublithospheric depths. When the tectonic plates that lie over the lithosphere move, they tend to drag the ponded material along with them. वो जो sublithosphere deposition था वो भी साथ साथ में drag होगा. The fundamental question that remains outstanding in understanding Earth's process is how far a tectonic plate can drag the plume material at its base after its initial impact with the plume. कितनी दूर तक ड्रैग किया जा सकता है, इससे कंसर्न क्या है बेसिकली, जैसे जैसे वो ड्रैग होगा, हीटअप होगा, राइज भी करना चाहिए या कहीं ना कहीं खराब होना चाहिए. Okay, so now they have reached this conclusion. The study proposes that the Indian tectonic plate, which was contemporaneously moving towards north at a very high speed, had dragged considerable amount of Kerguelen plume material for more than 2,000 kilometers underneath the Indian lithosphere. Subsequent reactivation of the deep fractures may have triggered decompression melting of the underlying plume material and emplaced a magmatic sills and lava flows near the night east region around 58 million years ago. तो बेसिकली 2000 किलोमीटर तक ड्रैग हो रहा है ऑलरेडी. आगे भी कितना हो सकता है, चलता रहेगा ड्रैग, क्योंकि वो हीट होके रिएक्टिवेट होता रहता है, फिर ड्रैग होता रहता है, साथ में लेयर्स में डिपॉजिट होता रहे. देन human papilloma virus vaccination. So Serum Institute of India has developed Ceravac. पहले तो इसका नाम याद रखना है. So this has recently acquired market authorization from DGCI, Drug Controller General of India. It is India's first quadrivalent human papilloma vaccination designed to protect women from cervical cancer. So that is the HPV. Cervical cancer is basically a sexually transmitted infection. Okay? And it's a type of cancer that occurs in the cells of cervix, lower part of the uterus that connects to vagina. And it is mostly caused by the long-term infection of particular forms of HPV, human papillomavirus. Not all kinds are causing cancer, some are. Okay, some will just leave some kind of what you can say, वो जो body के ऊपर छोटे छोटे मस्से से बन जाते हैं, so that kind of thing can be left. Okay, so that's that. What is the significance of the new vaccine? So it is based upon virus-like particles similar to hepatitis B vaccination and gives protection by producing antibodies against the HPV virus L1 protein. So essentially, whenever this virus enters, and this protein being critical to the virus, this will be attacked by the immune system and then it will go down. Okay. So this is it. बस इतना ही टेंशन लेना, प्रीलिम्स में इससे ज्यादा नहीं लेना. Quadrivalent vaccine किसको बोलते हैं? It's a vaccine that works by stimulating an immune response against 4 different antigens, such as 4 different viruses or other microorganisms. तो quadrivalent मतलब 4, ठीक है. Pentavalent means 5, इस तरह से चलेगा. Sodium ion batteries. So far we've been working on lithium ion batteries, and lithium is a bit costly affair. So right now we are trying a little lower in the periodic table, but in the same group. So as you know, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium, they're the same group. So within this, leaving lithium, now we are going to the second one. Okay. So University of Houston scientists developed an electrolyte that contributes significantly to making the sodium ion batteries more commercially viable. So this technology might soon be the alternative to the lithium based, because sodium to sodium chloride के form में हमारे पास बहुत है. Now the study concluded that with the help of novel electrolyte, ambient temperature solid state sodium sulfur battery technology can be employed for grid level energy storage. छोटे छोटे फोन में नहीं, grid level. Novel structural composition design and methodologies establish a new paradigm for the creation of safe, low-cost, energy-dense, long-life, solid-state sodium batteries. So that's the kind of battery that we're looking for. क्योंकि जो सोलर पावर एक्सेट्रा में एक्स्ट्रा पावर हमारे पास जनरेट होता है, उसमें भी यही तरह की बैटरी चाहिए. Now, they are rechargeable batteries which require sodium ion movement between electrodes. Okay, during the charging and discharging of the battery, the cathode for these batteries is manufactured from sodium. बस इतनी टेंशन लेनी. इसके अलावा हमारे पास लिथियम आयन तो है ही. उसका इशू क्या है? हार्मफुल केमिकल्स, नॉन रियूजेबल, वेरी कॉस्टली. सोडियम चीपर, abundant raw material, not harmful, neither sodium nor sulfur. इस वजह से ठीक है. Next is India's Stack Knowledge Exchange 2022. So, as a part of Digital India Week celebration, a 3-day dedicated event entitled as India Stack Knowledge Exchange program was organized. So, India Stack का मतलब क्या है? The ambitious project for creating a unified software platform to bring India's population into the digital age. Okay. तो अभी इसमें और तो कुछ ज़्यादा टेंशन लेने की ज़रूरत है नहीं, लेकिन कौन कौन से एरियाज इंडिया स्टैक के अंदर हैं? जैसे इंडिया स्टैक में अर्बन स्टैक में क्या क्या आता है? So there is smart city mission, there is digital infrastructure for governance, impact and transformation, that is digit. Then Indian Urban Data Exchange, IUDE, ये वाली फुल फॉर्म्स आपसे पूछी जा सकते हैं. So what all are part of urban stack? So first of smart city mission हमें पता है, हम पढ़ चुके हैं. सेंट्रली स्पॉन्सर्ड स्कीम है, 2015 में शुरू किया, टू ट्रांसफॉर्म 100 cities, provide necessary core infrastructure, clean and sustainable environment, enable decent quality of life, and provide smart solutions. That was the smart city mission. Then digit के अंदर क्या है? Digital infrastructure for governance, impact, and transformation. So this is basically a platform which is open source and open API, that is application programming interface, powered for developers, enterprises, and citizens to build a new applications and solutions. आपने अगर कुछ बनाना है तो यहाँ बना सकते हैं digit के ऊपर जाके. Okay. The ready-to-use platform helps achieve quicker implementation timeframes, helps local governments achieve process improvements, accountability, and transparency at various levels of administration. Let's open and see. So this is the digit platform. अभी well developed नहीं, this is digit urban. Okay. So let's see, you want to make a new toolkit or a platform or the product. What do you want to create? Anything. So this is the way it will work. क्या कर सकते हैं इसके ऊपर? नई एप्लीकेशंस डेवलप कर सकते हैं, ठीक है, उन एप्लीकेशंस को आगे यूज कर सकते हैं, अलग अलग सर्विसेज उसके साथ इंटेल कर सकते हैं. तो इफ यू वांट टू क्रिएट अ न्यू सर्विस, then this is something that you can use. Okay, moving on. Next, it's a manifestation of the societal platform thinking, a systemic method to resolve complex societal challenges with speed, scale, and sustainability. Societal platform किसको बोलते हैं? These are manifestation of societal thinking, a system or systemic approach, a set of values and specific design principles to reimagine social problems, redesign core interactions between key factors of society. For example, you want to deal with child marriage, you want to deal with better implementation of government schemes. So this can be a helpful way forward. And India Urban Data Exchange. So this has been developed with partnership between the Smart City Mission and Indian Institute of Science, Bengaluru. तो पहले तो पार्टनरशिप याद रखना है, फिर क्या करेगा? Open source software platform which facilitates secure, authenticated, managed exchange of data among various data platforms, third-party authenticated and authorized applications and other sources. That is Indian Urban Data Exchange. इसके बाद टेक्नोलॉजी स्टैक फॉर ई कॉमर्स. तो गवर्नमेंट ई मार्केट प्लेस इसका एक पार्ट है, जिसके थ्रू पब्लिक सेक्टर एंटरप्राइजेस या गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स, ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस कुछ खरीदना चाहें तो खरीद सकते हैं. देन ओपन नेटवर्क फॉर डिजिटल कॉमर्स. तो यहाँ पे ई कॉमर्स प्लेटफॉर्म्स जितने भी हैं, आप अपना खुद का बना सकते हो. सो इट्स अ फ्रीली एक्सेसिबल government backed platform that aims to democratize e-commerce by moving it from a platform centric model to an open network for buying and selling of goods and services. That is ONDC. So let me show you ONDC. ONDC. Here it is. So news, blogs, contacts, new participants, shop on ONDC, join us. Cities live. Okay. So let's say you want to shop on ONDC, you want to buy something. One network, unlimited choices. buyer applications. So these are something that have been connected with it. If I go to Craftsvilla, it lands me on another website. I think it's just you line up your website there, and then you can buy things there from the previous website provider. It will just introduce you right here. And if you want to, as an employee, as an intern, as a sabbatical, resources, network participants, so buy Zom, Craftsvilla, Delivery, Digit, Dunzo, Denzo. So it's like Zomato, Denzo. Then 8 second technologies, someday. So many have got attached to them. Okay, चलिए आगे देखते हैं ONDC के बाद. It's presently a not-for-profit organization that will offer network to enable local digital commerce stores across industries to be discovered and engaged by any network-enabled application. So under ONDC, it is envisaged that a buyer registered on one participating e-commerce site, for example, Amazon, may purchase goods from a seller on another participating e-commerce site, for example, Flipkart. ONDC will help provide a level playing field in this manner. Next, space technology stack. So we got Indian GPS, that is Navik, navigation for Indian constellation. So this is based upon the Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System developed by ISRO. So it is certified by Third Generation Partnership Program, 3GPP. That is the global body for coordinating mobile telephony standards. Then there are VEDAS, that is Visualization of Earth Observatory Data and Archival System. It provides a platform to motivate young researchers and academia to showcase their spatio-temporal analytical skills using Indian Earth observation data and build geospatial applications like Zomato, Uber, Ola. Okay. Now it is expected to that with the handshake between data generators and potential analysts, newer and innovative processing tools and geospatial applications will emerge. अभी के लिए तो हम सिर्फ उसको लोकेशन टारगेटिंग या लोकेशन बेस्ड ऑर्डरिंग एंड डिलीवरी उसके लिए यूज कर रहे हैं. MOSDAC, Meteorological and Oceanographic Satellite Data Archival Center, that is called MOSDAC. So इसके अंदर क्या क्या है? So there is a Space Application Center. There is then ISRO Center which is located at Ahmedabad. तो सैटेलाइट्स का जो सारी वर्कआउट है, जो उनकी कंट्रोलिंग है, वो यहाँ से होती है. Then Meteorological and Oceanographic Satellite Data Archival Center. So this is a data center of the Space Application Center, SAC, and has facilities for satellite data reception, processing, analysis, and dissemination. It's a data center for satellites. Then there is Bhuvan, Bhunidhi and Yuktadhara. ये भी सारा जो है ये सैटेलाइट्स के साथ ही कनेक्टेड है, स्पेस टेक्नोलॉजी स्टैक का पार्ट है. तो भुवन क्या है? वेब पोर्टल है जिसपे जियोग्राफिक इंफॉर्मेशन, जियोस्पेशियल इंफॉर्मेशन करेक्टली आपको मिल जाएगी और जियोग्राफिक सर्विसेज मिल जाएंगी. भूनिधि, it enables access to extensive archive of remote sensing data from 44 satellites, including Indian and foreign remote sensing satellites. Then there is Yuktadhara, geospatial planning portal meant to facilitate Gram Panchayat level planning of Manrega activities. And that's basically on the basis of geographical information system tools. तो ये जितनी भी एप्लीकेशंस हैं इंडिया स्टैक के अंदर, इनको याद रखना है. इनका बेसिक पर्पस क्या है ये पता होना चाहिए. प्रीलिम्स में पूछ सकते हैं आपसे. देन हार्ड ऑन कोलाइडर रन 3. अब CERN के अंदर, दैट इज यूरोपियन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन फॉर न्यूक्लियर रिसर्च, हैज रीइग्नाइटेड द लार्ज हाइड्रोजन कोलाइडर LHC, जिसने पहले गॉड पार्टिकल बोसॉन के बारे में बात किया था. एंड दिस इज 10 years आफ्टर इट enabled the scientists to find the God particle or Higgs boson. तो अभी दोबारा से चला है. अब ये LHC कहाँ पे लोकेटेड है? इट इज, let's see, a little bit of knowledge about them. So LHC is a giant complex machine built to study particles that are the smallest known building blocks of all the things. And LHC has powerful electromagnets that carry almost as much current as bolt of lightning, and they must be kept chilled. तो बेसिकली लिक्विड हीलियम के बेसिस पे इसको कोल्ड रखने की कोशिश करते हैं और इसके थ्रू पार्टिकल्स को एक्सेलरेट करके फिर स्ट्राइक करते हैं हम आपस में. काम हमारा यही. अभी इसका लेटेस्ट अपग्रेड के अंदर क्या है? साइंटिस्ट आर एमिंग टू be delivering 1.6 billion proton-proton collisions per second for the Atlas and CMS experiment. तो LHC के अंदर दो experiment हैं, एक है Atlas, this is the largest purpose particle detector experiment at the LHC. Okay. Then there is CMS, this is one of the largest international scientific collaboration in history. Same goal as Atlas, but uses different magnet system design. तो इंडिया से भी कुछ साइंटिस्ट हैं जो इसमें पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं. ओके, तो फर्स्ट रन जब इसका हुआ डेकेड अगो, then it had announced to the world the discovery of Higgs boson or God's particle. Second run was from 2015 to 2018, and here a lot of data taking procedure happened. 5 times more data was generated, and because of the first run, Peter Higgs and his collaborator, he got awarded with Nobel Prize for Physics in 2013 after discovery of Higgs boson. Okay. अब हिग्स बोसॉन के ऊपर बहुत ज्यादा क्वेश्चन नहीं आने चाहिए, एक्सेप्ट स्टैंडर्ड मॉडल ऑफ फिजिक्स को एक्सप्लेन करता है, and this is something that it creates a Higgs field, and once a subatomic particle passes through the Higgs field, as we have discussed earlier, then it gains mass. Okay. And India and CERN. So India in 2016 became associated member of CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, and India's association goes back decades with an active involvement in construction of the LHC in the area of design, development, supply of hardware accelerators, systems, and commissioning of the software development and deployment in the machine. So India was inducted as an observer in 2004, and now we are full-time member, associate member. Okay. Indian scientists have a significant role in creation of a large ion collider experiment, that is ALICE, and compact muon solenoid, that is CMS experiment, that led to discovery of the Higgs boson. So itna sa iske bare mein yaad rakhe. Then giga mesh solution, what is this? So Astrom has signed a contract with Department of Telecommunication to start a pilot project called giga mesh network solution with 15 villages in India. What is giga mesh? So this will address the congestion issues in the rural 4G infrastructure, provide high-tech affordable internet connectivity. करेगा कैसे? So it is nothing but a network solution which will wirelessly provide fiber-like backhaul capacity and pave the road for 5G. It's the world's first multi-beam E-band radio that is able to communicate from one tower to multiple towers simultaneously, while delivering multi-Gbps throughput for each of the towers. आमतौर पे वन टू वन टावर कनेक्टिविटी होता है, तो यहाँ पे एक से बहुत सारों से कनेक्ट कर सकता है. Single gigamesh device can provide up to 40 links with 2+ Gbps capacity, communicating up to a range of 10 kilometers. So that way it is good for 4G communication in rural areas. So this features multiple point-to-point communications in the E-band, lowering the cost, and it's driven by software that makes it easy to deploy, maintain, and repair remotely. Hardware-based deployment is difficult, software is easier. So ये gigamesh solution के बारे में बेसिक्स सारे याद रखने हैं. 4G टेक्नोलॉजी को इनेबल करने के लिए है, रूरल कनेक्टिविटी को बढ़ाने के लिए है, मल्टीपल कनेक्टिविटीज हो पाती. ठीक है. नाउ व्हाट डू वी नीड टू नो अबाउट आर्ट पार्क? So Art Park is a not-for-profit foundation promoted by Indian Institute of Science, Bengaluru, to promote technology innovations in artificial intelligence and robotics. That is Art Park. एक एक्स्ट्रा पता होना चाहिए बस. ओके. अब ये कहाँ पे क्या यूज हो रहा है? AI की वेरियस यूटिलिटीज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड, ये मीन के लिए जाएगी, फिल्म्स में नहीं. India's defense exports. So they are estimated at about 13,000 crore, highest ever in 2021-22. US was the major buyer, as also the nations of Southeast Asia, West Asia, and Africa. इनका तो समझ आता है why US was a major buyer, ये थोड़ा इशू है, दिमाग में नहीं पड़ेगा पेपर के टाइम पे, अगर पढ़ा नहीं होगा तो. ठीक है. So private sector accounted for about 70% of the exports. Public firms, rest of the 30%. While India's defense imports from US have gone up significantly, Indian companies have been increasingly becoming a part of the supply chain of the US defense companies. तो जो थोड़े बहुत स्पेयर पार्ट्स हैं जो सप्लाई चेन रिक्वायरमेंट है वो हम उनकी फुलफिल कर रहे हैं। ऐसा नहीं है कि fully developed aircrafts or tanks and everything we are selling to USA. Nothing like that. Okay. So what steps have been taken to recently boost defense exports? पहले तो इंडिया में बनाना शुरू किए, उसके बाद हमारी डील्स साइन हुई, जैसे कि we have signed a deal with Philippines to be a single biggest defense export order and for the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile. ये बहुत वेस्ट है हमारे, ठीक है, fine. What is the status of India's defense export? That is for means, not for films. What are the initiatives related to defense exports? ये schemes पढ़ सकते हो. Defense Production and Export Policy 2021, multi-pronged steps towards self-reliance in the defense sector, strategic partnership with foreign original equipment manufacturers, OEM की full form याद रखना, original equipment manufacturer, आजकल बहुत न्यूज में है तो पूछ सकते हैं सीधे. Positive indigenization, that is, for the first time, the government is putting a ban on itself to import any item. The government wants to empower the indigenous industry. खुद पे ban लगा है. There are two positive indigenization lists of 101 and 108 items, range from platforms to weapon systems to sensors to the entire plethora of items. Then metaverse standard forums. Metaverse basically क्या है? It's not a new idea. It's a science fiction writer, Neil Stephenson, coined the term in 1992, and the concept is commonplace among video game companies. So your alternate universe is called a metaverse, essentially. The next version of internet focused on social connections. Okay, so it can be defined as a simulated digital environment that uses augmented reality, virtual reality, and blockchain, along with concepts of social media to create spaces for rich user interaction, mimicking the real world. You trying to live in the digital world. वो कोशिश की जा रही है कि आप वीडियो गेम की दुनिया से बाहर ना निकलो, ठीक है. तो दैट इज मेटावर्स. अब स्टैंडर्ड्स फोरम क्या है कि इसके अंदर भी कोई रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन सेट करने हैं, ठीक है. सो दैट इज द मेटावर्स स्टैंडर्ड फोरम. तब स्टैंडर्ड्स डेवलप होंगे तो अलग अलग मेटावर्स, वन डेवलप्ड बाय फेसबुक एंड वन डेवलप्ड बाय लेट्स से गूगल और वन डेवलप्ड बाय Amazon tomorrow, they'll be able to interact with each other and there'll be a continuity in usage. Otherwise there will be troubles. Okay. So that is the need for interoperability of metaverse. That's why we are looking at it. ठीक है. अब इससे ज्यादा इसमें टेंशन नहीं लेना है. इंडिया का इसमें क्या रोल है? तो since 2015, India has risen almost 40 places in Global Innovation Index. We have thriving culture of entrepreneurship, and we want to develop the gaming environment in India. And this is next level kind of gaming, metaverse. Okay. Single crystalline scandium nitride. What is this? Let's see. So ये पहले भी पढ़ा आपने. This is a new material, single crystalline scandium nitride, which has been developed by Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research, that can convert infrared light into renewable energy. So that's the job of single crystalline scandium nitride. Okay. Now, infrared light is basically the light beyond the visible range and falls between the visible and the microwave range. So the IR का basics है spectrum के अंदर. To accomplish this, the scientists used a scientific phenomenon called as polarization or polariton excitation, so which occur in tailored material when light couples with either collective free electrons oscillation or polar lattice vibration. So don't bother too much about it. Just know that there is a new way to make electricity from infrared radiation now. It's a possibility to scandium nitride, single crystalline scandium nitride. बस इससे ज्यादा नहीं पूछेंगे, टेंशन नहीं लेना, ठीक है. THAN, First Autonomous Navigation Facility. So what is THAN? The Technology Innovation Hub on Autonomous Navigation, that is THAN. Now it is under Ministry of Science and Technology in IIT Hyderabad, which is the first autonomous navigation facility, and it's a part of Skill India, Digital India, Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. Smart mobility solutions can be developed thereon. Okay. So बस आपके prelims के लिए इतना काफी है. IIT Hyderabad, it's basically autonomous navigation, self-driving cars kind of a concept that we are trying to develop in India. Okay. regulating nitrate absorption in plants. So National Center for Biological Sciences, TIFR, discovered new pathways that regulate nitrate absorption in plants. So how do you do that? So researchers investigated MIR444 target gene called MADS27, a transcription factor that has previously received little attention. Transcription factors basically क्या होते हैं? These are proteins involved in the process of converting, transcribing DNA into RNA. वो जो एक coding होती है RNA की. Transcription factors include a wide number of proteins, excluding RNA polymerase, that initiate and regulate the transcription of genes. The microRNA MIR444 activates the gene MADS7, which regulates the nitrate absorption, root development, and stress tolerance, and thus provides a way to control the plant's properties. So ये जीन का नाम याद रखना है, ठीक है, और MIR444 टारगेट जीन, ठीक है, तो बस इतना सा नाम याद रखना है, इसका पर्पस क्या होता है, बस इससे ज्यादा टेंशन मुझे नहीं लगता कि आपको चाहिए. नाइट्रोजन अदरवाइज प्लांट में करता क्या है? So it is a part of chlorophyll, amino acids, nucleic acids, and basically thereby regulating the growth of plant, development of plant. Okay. Major macronutrients में से NPK में से. Okay. Nitrates also influence genome-wide gene expression, which in turn influences root system, biological clock of plant, leaf growth, and so on. So very important. High-grade lithium discovered in Nigeria and J&K. So दोनों जगह पे. Okay. So Greenbushes mine in Western Australia is the largest hard rock lithium mine in the world. Largest importers are South Korea, China, Japan, US and Belgium. एक तो ये Greenbushes mine याद रखना. अभी बाकी जगह मिल रहा है, लेकिन ये सबसे बड़ा है आजकल. Special glasses and ceramics. So lithium disilicate is a chemical compound that is a glass ceramic, and it's basically used dental ceramics. And it is also used in alloy making, with lead to make white metal bearings for motor engines, with aluminium to make spacecraft parts, and with magnesium to make armor plates. अलग अलग तरह के alloys हमारे lithium के बनते हैं. Applications याद रखनी है. New POEM platform. So what is this POEM? So this PSLV orbital experimental model. POEM. इसरो कविताएं तो नहीं लिखा है, लेकिन PSLV बना रहा है नए तरह. पेपर में बस इतना सा पूछें कि recently POEM platform has been in use. What is this? So this is ISRO's PSLV orbital experimental model. ऐसे याद रखो. What's a space launch vehicle? ऐसे पूछ सकता है. Maximum, it's a 4-stage rocket where first 3 spent stages fall back into the ocean. After launching, the satellite ends up as space junk. However, in PSLV C-53 mission, spent final stage will be utilized as a stabilized platform to perform experiments. 4th stage will be stabilized. So that is POEM. Ultra thin heteroprotein film. Okay. So what does this do? Scientists have developed this film with excellent thermal, mechanical, pH stability, which can pave the way for expanding application of thin films in biomedical and food packaging industry. फायदा यहाँ पे है. It consists of 2 proteins. One is bovine serum albumin and lysozymes. So these are the 2 proteins. And the film thickness is in the order of a nanometer. Globuloproteins and spheroproteins are spherical proteins and are one of the common protein types. Globuloproteins are somewhat water soluble, unlike the fibrous ones. ये तो हमने प्रोटीन्स के स्ट्रक्चर में पहले पढ़ा हुआ. ओके, तो बेसिकली रैपिंग के लिए यूज हो सकता है. अल्ट्रा थिन हेटेरोप्रोटीन फिल्म. वेब 5.0. So former Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey recently announced his vision for a new decentralized web platform that is being called as Web 5.0. अभी हम 3.0 तक पहुंचे हैं वैसे. and it is being built with the aim to return ownership of data and identity to the individuals, and that's how it is. Abhishek. Web 1.0 was the first generation digital communication network or internet, and it is often referred to as the read-only internet. स्टैटिक वेब पेजेस होते थे जो आप पढ़ सकते थे, ठीक है, पैसिव एंगेजमेंट है, आप सिर्फ पढ़ सकते हो, कमेंट कुछ नहीं कर सकते, क्रिएट नहीं कर सकते. Web 2.0 is read and write internet. So you can communicate with the servers and users, leading to creation of social web. So this is the web that you see today. Okay. Then there is Web 3.0. So this is still being evolving. इसको अभी develop कर रहे हैं हम. And this refer to the next generation of the internet where read, write and execute web. ऐसे आप आजकल चैट जीपीटी आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस में यूज कर रहे हो, so there you read, write and then it executes with decentralization as its bedrock. So this will use blockchain technology and is driven by AI and machine learning, where machines can interpret information like humans. So chat gpt is one of the examples of web 3.0. तो यहाँ तक अभी रिसर्च चल रही है. अब इन्होंने वेब 5.0 का फंडा छोड़ा एक, ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे वो क्या करना चाहते हैं, बेसिकली decentralized web that puts one's control in one's data and identity. तो मतलब आप ही कंट्रोल करोगे क्या चलेगा. So Web 5.0 is Web 2.0 plus Web 3.0 that will allow users to own their identity to the internet and control their data. So basically, they are trying to create internet without the threat of censorship from the governments or big technology, or without the fear of significant outages. So that is Web 5.0. Okay. Controlling over your own data means, do you want to share your IP or information of any kind with the website that you are interacting with or not? That's the basic thing. Okay. Critical information infrastructure. So recently, Union Ministry for Electronics and Information Technology has declared IT resources of ICICI Bank, HDFC, National Payment Corporation of India as critical information infrastructure. ये प्रीलिम्स के लिए पहले तो इनका नाम ही जरूरी है, किन किन को यूज किया गया. अब इसका मतलब क्या है, क्रिटिकल इंफॉर्मेशन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. सो अंडर द आईटी एक्ट 2000, CII is defined as a computer resource that incapacitation or destruction of which shall have debilitating impact upon national security, economy, public health और safety. तो अगर ये खराब हो जाए इनका डेटा, तो फिर नेशनल सिक्योरिटी का इशू हो जाएगा. ठीक है. सो किसी भी डेटाबेस को इस वजह से क्रिटिकल इंफॉर्मेशन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डिक्लेयर किया जा सकता है, और अगर कोई इसको खराब करने की कोशिश करेगा तो फिर उसके पास 10 साल की जेल का प्रावधान भी है. तो प्रीलिम्स में ये दोनों चीजें याद रखनी है. इसको किया गया आईसीआईसीआई, एचडीएफसी, एनपीसीआई, नेशनल पेमेंट कॉर्पोरेशन ऑफ इंडिया, जिन्होंने यूपीआई बनाया है या जो एटीएम्स रन करते हैं. ओके. देन हाउ इट इज प्रोटेक्टेड इन इंडिया. So there is a National Critical Infrastructure Protection Center 2014 में क्रिएट किया गया था, which is the nodal agency for taking all measures for protecting nation's critical information infrastructure. तो बस इतना याद रखना है. Food Safety Index. So on the occasion of World Food Safety Day, Union Health Minister released the Food Safety and Standard Authority of India's 4th Food Safety Index, and to measure the performance of state across 5 parameters of food safety. कौन से parameters हैं, एक तो ये ध्यान रखने पड़ेंगे. The State Food Safety Index was started in 2018-19. So let's see. The partners with FCSAI are human resource and institutional data, compliance, food testing, infrastructure and surveillance, training and capacity building, and consumer empowerment. तो ये कुछ परफॉर्मेंस के लिए पैरामीटर्स हैं, 5 पैरामीटर्स हैं जिनके ऊपर बेस्ड ये इंडेक्स बनाया जा रहा है. तो 5 पैरामीटर्स याद रखने हैं, प्लस एसएफएससीआई कब शुरू हुआ, 2018-19 में. किसने किया, एफएसएससीआई ने किया. खत्म. Information Technology Rules 2021. So Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology issued a draft proposal for public comment on a set of proposed amendments to the IT Rules 2021. क्या किया गया है? It mandates social media to exercise greater diligence establishes a grievance officer. तो हर सोशल मीडिया साइट के अंदर एक ग्रीवांस रिड्रेसल ऑफिसर होना चाहिए, टाइम बाउंड ग्रीवांस रिड्रेसल के लिए। कितना टाइम दिया उन्होंने? 15 दिन मैक्सिमम। देन what are the changes which are proposed right now? So you have to have a grievance appellate committee. So this is the additional level of oversight over the grievance redressal officer. तो अगर कुछ नहीं कर पाता वो, तो ये grievance appellate committee उसका ध्यान लेगी, संज्ञान लेगी. All orders of the appellate must be compiled. So, complied with. So this suggested question on oversight stemmed from the fact that the appellate was constituted by central government empowered to appoint chairperson and other members. तो essentially आईटी सेक्टर के अंदर ये सारी चीजों की जरूरत अब पड़ रही है डिजिटल मीडिया एथिक्स के अंदर और सब कुछ, क्योंकि इनके लिए कोई रेगुलेटरी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इंटैक्ट करना जरूरी है आज की डेट में, क्योंकि ओवर द टॉप सर्विसेज आ रही हैं, उसकी वजह से काफी सारे डिजिटल मीडिया एथिक्स भी खराब होते हैं. So that is as per the IT rules 2021. Greater diligence, okay, and appellate grievance redressal authority that has been created. Fine. PD1 therapy for cancer. नई therapies आती रहती. So 12 patients have completely cured of rectal cancer without requiring any surgery or chemotherapy. The trial of the monococcal antibiotic dostarlimab every 3 weeks for 6 months for the treatment of the patient kind of stage 2 or 3 of rectal cancer. Drug का नाम याद रखना. So this is dostarlimab. This is used for rectal cancer therapy. Okay. What is this PD1? So PD1 is a type of protein that regulates the functions of the immune system, including the suppressing of T cell activity. PD1 blockade therapy looks to release T cells from this suppression. T cells क्या होते हैं? They are white blood cells. They are critical for developing immunity towards common pathogens or antigens. बस इतना ही. अभी ये बहुत ज्यादा इंडिया में एक्सेसिबल नहीं है, ट्रीटमेंट महंगा है. ओके, this is a repetition. Then unified geological map of moon. So right now the United States Geological Survey in partnership with NASA and the Lunar Planetary Institute has released a new comprehensive map of moon. It's called unified geological map of moon. मून के भी अलग अलग मैप आने शुरू हो गए, हर एक में अपना कैप्चर करना शुरू कर दिया एरिया. ओके. The map has been created with the help of information gathered from the 6 Apollo era regional maps. तो उसके बेस पे बनाया है. What will it do? So it will be a blueprint for future human missions. So अभी हम जैसे भेजने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं मून मिशंस, तो उसमें ये बेनिफिशियल रहेंगे. Transfer of in-orbit communication to New Space India Limited. Let's see. So recently the government approved the transfer of 10 in-orbit communication satellites from the government of India to New Space India Limited. Satellites इनके हवाले की हैं. The entire GSAT series except GSAT 7 and 7A will go to NSIL, thereby to the companies intending to develop downstream SATCOM business, that is satellite communication business. New CMS series is already operated by NSIL. Increased authorizing share capital of NSIL from 1,000 crore to rupees 7,500 crore was also approved. So this is New Space India Limited. अब ये New Space India Limited है क्या? सैटेलाइट कम्युनिकेशन में काम करने वाला सेंट्रल पब्लिक सेक्टर एंटरप्राइज है. 2019 में इसको एस्टैब्लिश किया गया था बाय डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ स्पेस, नॉट टेलीकम्युनिकेशन. So this is the commercial arm of ISRO. Primary responsibility for enabling Indian industries to take up high technology space related activities. So that is NSIL, New Space India Limited. So what does it do? Owning satellites for Earth observation and communication application, building satellites and launching them as per demand, providing launch services, building launch vehicles through Indian industry. So these are some of the things it does. Apart from that, it provides space-based services such as satellite building and technology transfer. 2018 question है. With reference to India's satellite launch vehicles, consider the following statements. 2018. तो PSLV GSLV के बारे में बेसिक इन्फॉर्मेशन पूछा था. देन चाइना's Tiangong स्पेस स्टेशन, ये जो ऊपर आपको नजर आ रहा है, Tiangong स्पेस स्टेशन. So recently China's strategically significant space station project entered the final phase as 3 astronauts entered the orbiting module, the Tiangong space station. So शेंजू एयरक्राफ्ट हैं चाइना के, उनके थ्रू ये सारा स्पेस स्टेशन असेंबल किया गया है. स्पेस स्टेशन है क्या? So spacecraft capable of supporting crew members designated to remain in space for extended period of time and for spacecraft for other spacecraft to dock. So that's a space station. ये कहाँ रहता है स्पेस स्टेशन? जैसे इंटरनेशनल स्पेस स्टेशन है वो भी लो अर्थ ऑर्बिट में है, ये भी उधर ही. दैट इज बिटवीन 340 to 450 किलोमीटर अबव द अर्थ सरफेस. बस इतना ही ध्यान देना है, इसके ऊपर ज्यादा टेंशन नहीं. थाईलैंड मेक्स मैरिजुआना लीगल. रामसे हंट सिंड्रोम, ये कुछ बेसिक्स हैं जो न्यूज में रहे हैं लेकिन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. माया टेक्निक फॉर मीज फोर्टिफिकेशन. मायाज मेक्सिको और सेंट्रल अमेरिका के साथ एसोसिएटेड सिविलाइजेशन है. तो इन्होंने एक वो मीज फोर्टिफिकेशन के लिए केमिकल प्रोसेस है, इट्स कॉल्ड एज निक्सटामिलाइजेशन. ओके, सो व्हाट इज दिस? लेट्स सी. So nixtamalization is a method by which ancient people of Mesoamerica, like Maya, used to soak and cook their maize in an alkaline solution and make it more palatable, nutritious, and non-toxic. So nixtamal is derived from the Nahuatl word nixtamelli, means nixtamalized maize dough. Okay. So maize is a primary crop of Americas, and maize, bean, and squash, these are the three sisters, formed on the basis of the diet in pre-Columbian North and Mesoamerica. Okay. The process that ensures that maize contains amino acids, calcium, and vitamin B2, which can be utilized by human body. It also eliminates creation of mycotoxins, which are toxins produced by the molds and can be found in food present in maize. So nixtamalization process से toxins कम हो जाते हैं, mycotoxins, और vitamin B2, amino acids और calcium बढ़ जाता है. Okay. So nigeote, so the wastewater from nixtamalization, may have been used to lime the cheltins while they are used as latrines. So this was done to control odor and inhibit insects or microorganism growth like it is done today. So wastewater भी इसका आगे utilize हो जाता. Okay. Lambda, language model for dialogue application. So that is Lambda. So a senior engineer at Google has claimed that the company's artificial intelligence-based chatbot language model for dialogue application has become sentient. So what is the meaning of that? Start working. So Lambda was announced by Google in 2021. So it's a generative language model. So this can engage in free-flowing way about a seemingly endless number of topics. बातचीत की जा सकती है इसके साथ. ठीक है, अब इसका 2.0 वर्जन आ रहा है. So the new model will be possible to take an idea and generate imaginative and relevant descriptions and can stay on a particular topic even if the user strays off the topic. That is Lambda 2.0. ठीक है. Then अभी chat GPT-3 जैसे बन रहा था, तो that is generative pre-trained transformer 3. It's an auto regressive language model. तो उसके अंदर ये बन रहा है generative pre-trained transformer, that is GPT. Chatbots हमने पहले कवर कर लिया. Okay. Then National AI Portal, Artificial Intelligence Portal. This was launched in 2020 by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, National E-Governance Division, NASSCOM. So combined launch है. क्या करेगा? Focuses on creating and nurturing a unified AI ecosystem in the country to drive excellence and leadership in knowledge creation to develop AI-ready, robust workforce for the future and use AI to foster economic growth. So these are National AI Portal. Then Bharat Drone Mahotsav 2022. तो आजकल ड्रोन्स को लेके हम बहुत काम करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। तो ड्रोन टैक्सीज का भी प्रोटोटाइप चल रहा है मेक इन इंडिया के अंदर। तो दैट इज भारत ड्रोन महोत्सव कहाँ पे हुआ, बस इतना ही क्वेश्चन आ सकता है। दैट इज 2022 में दिल्ली में, बस। West Nile virus. So 47-year-old man from Thrissur, Kerala, died out of West Nile virus. What is this? This was first reported in the state of Alappuzha in 2006 and later in 2011 reported in Ernakulam in Kerala. Where does it come from? So it's a flavivirus and it's responsible for causing St. Louis encephalitis, Japanese encephalitis, and yellow fever. Mosquito-borne single-stranded RNA virus. And that is West Nile virus. And India's first liquid mirror telescope. So Devastal Observatory campus at the Aryabhatta Research Institute of Observation Sciences (ARIES) in Nainital, Uttarakhand, has set up the International Liquid Water or Liquid Mirror Telescope (ILMT). तो जगह का नाम याद रखना है, देवस्थल ऑब्जर्वेटरी कैंपस इन दी एरीज नैनीताल। ओके, क्या करेगा ये? So this is the world's first liquid mirror telescope to be commissioned for astronomy. Liquid mirror telescope से फायदा क्या होता है? So asteroid, supernova, space debris, and all other celestial objects will be observed using ILMT from an altitude of 2450 meters. Previously built telescopes either tracked satellites or were deployed for military purposes. This is the third telescope facility at Devasthal. This is one of the world's original sites for obtaining astronomical data. And Devasthal Optical Telescope and Fast Optical Telescope ये already वहाँ पे established हैं, तीसरा लगेगा. It's a full-scale scientific operations of ILMT will be started in October 2022. That means it has already started. This is India's largest operating Devasthal Optical Telescope उसके साथ काम करेगा. कौन कौन सी कंट्रीज इसकी डेवलपमेंट में इन्वॉल्व हैं? इंडिया, बेल्जियम, कनाडा, पोलैंड एंड उज्बेकिस्तान. So how is LMT different from the conventional telescope? Liquid वाला system इसमें है क्या? So this is a stationary telescope, whereas conventional telescope moves along the direction of the object of interest in the sky, and this will survey and capture any and all possible celestial objects, star, galaxy, supernova, कुछ भी. However, a conventional captures just a piece of sky at a given point of time. तो ये पूरा देख सकता है at once. It comprises of mirrors with reflective liquid. Generally, mercury is the reflective liquid. Prelims के लिए याद रखना. On the other hand, conventional telescopes use highly polished glass mirrors. And it can capture images of the sky on all nights, while the conventional telescopes can track any object for fixed hours only. So these are some of the differences. ILMT के लिए पूरा पढ़ना है, पूरा याद रखना है, important है. Then artificial light to fight against malaria. So light plays a crucial role in the regulation of biological clocks such as timing of breeding among birds, hunting by lions, and sleeping patterns of humans. Now, timings of day and night have remained relatively constant with Earth's rotation. Melatonin hormone is the gene responsible for regulating the sleep-awake cycle. So it is found in plants as well as animals. A rapid change in natural sleep cycles have been observed on account of increased use of artificial light. So currently, around 80% of the world's population is living under artificially lit skies. So because of that, melatonin suffers, and because of that, various other things happen. How can you use it to impact malaria? So artificial light can alter the mosquito biology. Malaria transmitting mosquito, that is female anopheles, they feed at night. But now, if you use artificial light, you can trick it कि भाई अभी भी दिन है, light जगा के सो जाओ. A short pulse of LED light commonly can delay the onset of the biting by hours in the mosquito anopheles. So this reduces the biting rate and the malaria transfer. ये तो कॉमन सी सोल्यूशन था, इसमें रिसर्च करने की क्या जरूरत है? हमें तो पहले से पता है, लाइट चला लो, मत चला रहे हो तो. So this is it, and this is the life cycle of Plasmodium, how it attacks you and how malaria is spread. Then electrical vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. See, essentially VTOL technology existed for long times, and that used to be jet engine based VTOL. अभी इलेक्ट्रिकल में कुछ नहीं है, जो ड्रैग है उसको रीडायरेक्ट करना है. पहले भी ऐसे ही होता था, ठीक है. ई वीटॉल में इलेक्ट्रिक प्रोपेलर्स हैं, उनको इस तरह से आपने शेप करना है कि नीचे की तरफ हवा फेंके और ऊपर की तरफ थ्रस्ट क्रिएट करे, दैट इज ई वीटॉल. So this finishes your June to September current affairs for science and technology, and this is it as far as the current affairs of science and technology is concerned. Now, with this component of science and technology, we come to the end of the prelims 2023 revision batch also. अब इसके आगे द टास्क फॉर मी इज कि मैं आपको करंट अफेयर्स के कुछ मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चंस दूंगा जो कि मंथली बेस्ड होंगे, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम जून टिल मार्च 2023, जून 2022 से लेकर. अब वो मंथली करंट अफेयर के क्वेश्चंस के साथ मैं आंसर्स भी दूंगा, तो आपने बस उनको फटाफट एक बार रीडिंग मारना है ताकि ये वाले आपके करंट अफेयर्स के साथ रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन आंसर्स भी हो जाए. उनमें कुछ स्टैटिक भी होंगे, तो दैट विल हेल्प यू इन योर एमसीक्यू वे आल्सो. तो हर महीने के करीब 150 क्वेश्चन होंगे. उस हिसाब से देखा जाए तो आपके पास करीब करीब 1800 क्वेश्चन जो हैं वो पिछले एक साल के या ये जून से लेके मार्च के जो पीरियड है ये हो जाएंगे, करीब 1000 क्वेश्चन हो जाए. So all the best to you. And if you have any doubts, you want to have any kind of one-on-one sessions for your doubts, so now is the time to start having them. अगर आपको आपकी स्ट्रैटेजी में कोई प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, याद रखने में प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही हैं, तो एक एक करके आप अपने सेशंस अलाइन कीजिए एंड लेट्स स्टार्ट डिस्कसिंग एंड वर्किंग अपॉन देम. अभी भी बहुत टाइम है, घबराने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है प्रीलिम से. कल किसी स्टूडेंट के साथ मेरा सेशन था तो यू सेइंग 66 डेज रह गए जी, तो इतनी टेंशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं होता है. देर इज इंटायर अप्रैल एंड मई फॉर यू फॉर द रिविजन. मार्च में भी अभी हमारे पास दिन पड़े हैं 6-7, तो अच्छे से आराम से पढ़ाई कीजिए. जितनी देर में हमने पूरा रिविजन कर लिया उतनी देर में आपका 2-3 बार और रिविजन हो जाना चाहिए. मेक इंडेक्स अ गुड फ्रेंड ऑफ योर्स एंड ऑल द बेस्ट टू ऑल ऑफ यू. थैंक यू. टेक केयर.